also rivers, and nice parts of the ocean, fountains, and bathtubs. Our kayaks work well with paddle boarders and sandwiches and golf courses, but keep a sharp eye out for waterfalls, picnic tables, bikers, rocky bluffs, and whatever this place is. Finally, avoid colorful ring tunnels and towers of coolers, and do not end up on the tops of those towers. Keep it safe out there, everyone.
Let's start this review with the bag. These items did not come in the bag, so I just want to show you that with proper folding and packing, you can get everything back in the included bag. Does come with 2 paddles, everything you needed to get started. We're just going to kind of do this in mostly real time so you have an idea of what this is going to look like to fill up. I really like the inflation valves here. They're spring-loaded, so basically once you pull out the air hose from it, you don't lose air. They can lock and unlock, so deflating and inflating is a cinch. Also comes with a pump. Really easy. And a PSI gauge, which shows you how much air you have in there so you don't overinflate it. You can even tap on the top to release air. I love this thing. And the air hose, it kind of just twists in. Super simple. You just twist it in and it snaps in. Then you start pumping. This whole thing really takes about less than 10 minutes to set up. You could probably do it in about 5 minutes. Now I wanted to do this shot here in real time so you can see how long it takes to pump up one side. There is 3 chambers to this, so if one goes down, you're going to have something to hang on to. You definitely won't be stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Now it also has 3-layer PVC construction, so this isn't plastic like the 2-man Tahiti that you've seen or the Intex Explorer K2 or K1. This feels like something you would feel the lifeguards using. It's just very rugged and tough material. It also has a layer of woven. So on the bottom, there's actually 3 layers. 1 layer of PVC, a layer of woven for extra protection, and then another layer of PVC. I can't stress enough how tough this stuff feels. We're going to put this one in just a little bit of fast forward. That was the bottom piece. That only took about maybe 2 minutes to fill up the bottom. Then you just take your little adapter, you check the gauge, make sure everything's good. Add in extra air if needed. And this is what it looks like before you put anything in it. So you could even use this if you wanted to sit on your knees. You don't even have to really use the seats. You could use it just like a canoe. Has a nice handle on both ends, the stern and bow, so you can go ahead and carry that easily with 2 people. And the latches on here are really on there. Everything feels so well built. I'm really impressed for $207. Really impressed. I could have easily seen this priced at $300, and I would have been happy at that price point as well. Up to 2 people, 400 pounds. Now these are the seats. My only really huge complaint about this was the seats. And it's not in comfort or anything, it's just a minor complaint at that, a very minor complaint. You do have some straps to hold you in, and we'll show you how to use those in a minute. But my complaint would be with the air valve. When you stuff the hose into the little nodule, it doesn't go in there that great, so oftentimes what may help you fill this up better is if you just kind of hold it with one hand while you're pumping with the other hand. Otherwise, it kind of ends up working its way out. It's not a big deal. Goes up real quick. Everything definitely tells you never inflate to maximum, so I always inflate it about 90% and then I give it a rest. Now, in case this isn't tall enough, I did not show the included booster seat. There's a booster that will raise you up about another 3 or 4 inches. So if you want to sit even higher than this, you can. Now, there is only 1 booster seat included. So for small people, or if you have some kids and they want to set up a little bit higher, it would be a great choice. And then it just snaps in really easy and provides you a pretty great layer of support. There's also included footrests that can go in one of 3 different places for different sized legs. Just goes in just like so, and it actually feels really good. This bar included here is for GPS, you can connect your phone to it, fishing pole holder, a fish finder, and it's pretty sturdy too once it gets in there. It's a little tiny bit loose, but not to the point where it would bother you or anything. It feels good, and I wouldn't worry about having any devices on that whatsoever. Then we have the paddles. These, if you were to buy them separately, from what I can tell, these are about the same as a $30 set of paddles. I wanted to get some better paddles, but I kind of learned right away that you can't really do too much better. You can do a tiny bit better. So I'm just going to use these until one wears out. They do have a left and right side, which is labeled down there where you see my finger here pointing out in just a second. So if you put it together, make sure you do have the left and right side set up and also at the right angle. I also wanted to show what it looks like when I get in and dry land, just so you can kind of have an idea of what a person that is 5'9" and 150 pounds looks like sitting in it. Really comfortable, really stable. Again, I can't stress enough the quality of this, just feels so good. I want to show you me getting in it one more time from the back so you can see what it looks like. You can see things getting kind of pushed on and stressed out. And yes, you can actually lean back a little bit. It's very comfortable. And those welded rings are on there so good, I'm not worrying about that whatsoever. I'll talk about the life jacket I got at the end, just a $25 one from Sawyer. Now, I had somebody recording this that wasn't very familiar with recording, not a big recorder, so please excuse me for not getting a lot of shots. I did take this out with my dad today in a two-man mode, and single-man mode, two-man mode, I absolutely love it. I've been in 3 hardshell kayaks. One of the best moments of my life was going around in a kayak looking at seals and on people's docks. It was just totally awesome. And after that, I wanted to get into it, but couldn't get something on the top of my car. So these inflatables are really going to be perfect for me due to the transportation. Now, we're going to be using this in some epic multi-day trips. So if you guys want to see some 2-week backpacking trips coming up off of this and some great fishing trips, please subscribe. There's going to be some amazing adventures. Also, I found it to be even more stable than the hardshell kayaks. And from what I can tell, it would be way easier to flip this, I think. If it was to flip, if you needed to get it back over, I think you're going to have an easier time with this. I'm not 100% sure, though. Now, there are also fishing pole holders that are on the back. They do cross each other, and people have kind of commented they don't understand why the fishing pole holders are crossing each other. But that's for trolling, I believe. So this is what it looked like when me and my dad were out. We just went out and had some little tiny bit of chop on the water. Very comfortable, very stable, really liked it. I want to give you just another shot here, pretty much mostly in real time of me taking it down, because I wanted to show you how easy it is. It really takes less than 10 minutes to set up, and it really does take less than 10 minutes to fold up. The other thing that I want to show you is kind of the proper way to fold this. You definitely want to fold it in half. And don't start on this end. See the end that I'm on right now? That's where all the air inflation valves are. All 3 of them are over there, and it was a good idea they put it there. If I start folding it up now, I can't push out the air as well. So you don't want to fold it on the end that has the air valves on it. As you can see my dad right now saying, hey, it might be a smarter idea to get in the back and do that so the air comes out. And it was totally true. So make sure when you do fold it up, you fold it in half, give it about 2 feet, a 2-foot fold, and then just keep folding it over and over and over. That way the air valves on the end can just release. Make sure also you dry it out when you get home. You don't want these molding. If it can't air dry, just take a towel and get the water out. Want to comment again is it is 100% possible to put this in the bag with everything in it. That being said, I get very lazy, and twice now it has not actually made it in the bag perfectly. I have no idea. I think it's because there was just a little bit less or a little bit more air in there than it was when I first got it out of the box. But unlike any bag, you're gonna kind of have to find your own rhythm to get it back in there. Now, just one more time, I want to show you the kayak in two-person mode because you did not get to see it in two-person mode here. You see the fishing pole holders by the kayak? There's those two little black things sitting on the left and right that look like they would hold fishing poles. Well, they cross each other. Again, people have said in some of the reviews that they didn't like that, but I don't think that they've realized that that is for trolling. So you would put two poles behind you, and then you would troll along in the boat. I believe some expert fishermen that are better than me would have to correct me on that, but I think that's why they're crossed like that. At the end of the video, I'll show you a picture to further elaborate on this because it is sold also as a fishing boat as well. So I think that's going to be very important for some people. Not a deal breaker though whatsoever. I love this thing. I can't recommend it enough. I can't wait to go on some epic multi-day backpacking trips and get out and start actually getting some fish on this puppy instead of fishing from the shore. And one more time, the Stearns life jacket. Adult, I believe this is a one-size-fits-all. All the links to these are going to be in the description below. 25 bucks, I can't complain whatsoever. Now here's the picture I wanted to talk about so you could see a few different things here. You can see how he's got the pole attached on the front, different attachments, and you can see the crossed fishing poles at the back. And once I saw this, this is their picture, so once I saw this, I kind of understood maybe that's why it's set up that way. Now, again, some of the people on Amazon are saying that that's wrong and it shouldn't be that way, but maybe it is set up for trolling. Again, I don't know. Maybe a better, more experienced fisherman can let me know. But other than that, highly recommended. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, please sub, like, and leave a comment if you enjoyed this. And look forward to some amazing trips in the future. I highly hope you guys come back to join me for some of those. Thanks again for watching.
What's it like going down a Class 3 rapid in a Sea Eagle? It's fun. It's really fun.
Hey, my name is Jan Wilson. I own 4 Sea Eagles just like this. And pound for pound, I don't think you can get a better product. We've gone down Cache Creek, we've gone down the East Fork of the Carson, we've gone down the South Fork of the American, and right now we're going down the Russian River, and it's swollen, it's flood stage. Woo, Russian River! I've been camping on this thing, my tent, my stove back here, got my pump up here, water, food. Try to go out camping for at least a week.
A few of my friends do hard shell kayaking. The reason I've stuck with inflatable kayaks is because with a hard shell you have to wear a helmet, you have to have a spray skirt, you have to learn how to do an Eskimo roll. Plus I can carry a lot more gear. They can't carry any camping gear. In the summertime it's 100 degrees out there. I've seen other people with other brands, the seams pop, they literally wilt in the sun. The Sea Eagle's made of some kind of material that just seems to defy a hot sun. The Sea Eagle 330 is a very inexpensive way for a family to have fun. One of the reasons I like inflatable kayaks so much over hard shells or canoes is because once I deflate this thing, I can just roll them up, put them in a bag. It's very airport friendly. You can travel with it. You could put as many as 4 or 5 in the back of your trunk. Hard shells, you got to get a rack for your car. Canoes, you got to get a rack for your car. This is another reason I like inflatable kayaks, is because they're very forgiving. These inflatable kayaks just bounce right off the rock. My advice for anyone wanting to get into kayaking for the first time is to just buy one of these crafts. You will not regret it. Pound for pound, this is the best inflatable kayak you can buy on the market, without a doubt.